So did you hear what the Trump administration did at one of America's military cemeteries in Europe, just in time for Veterans Day? Yeah, the story just broke that a display panel that had commemorated the contributions of the 1 million African Americans who fought to liberate Europe from the Nazis had been removed. It had been installed a few years ago at a visitor center at the Netherlands American Cemetery, where more than 8,000 American soldiers are buried. No explanation was offered for why the panel was removed, but once you learn what the panel talked about, the answer is obvious. The panel's text pointed out that African Americans during World War II were waging what they called a double V campaign, fighting fascism in Europe and racism in America. Racism that permeated the American military when it headed to Europe and made the lives of black soldiers very difficult, and convinced many of them to pursue civil rights when they returned to the United States. It's a story that's brilliantly chronicled in Matthew Delmont's book, Half American, the heroic story of African Americans fighting World War II at home and abroad. The visitor center also explained that the cemetery had been constructed under extremely difficult circumstances by African American soldiers in 1944, circumstances that reflected that racism in the U.S. military. These are the kind of civil rights stories that Pete Hegseth and Trump have sought to purge from military installations, Pentagon websites, and military cemeteries, while at the same time they renamed 9 military bases for Confederate generals who fought against the United States to preserve slavery for all time, and restored a Confederate monument to Arlington National Cemetery. So to summarize the Trump administration's policy regarding history, suppress the telling of African American history while elevating symbols of white supremacist history. The good news is that many people in the Netherlands, especially those who live near the cemetery, but also prominent politicians, have expressed outrage over the removal of the panel and have vowed to have it restored. Stay tuned.